The Spanish national anthem has extra meaning on what is Spain's national bank holiday. Those home supporters, I'm sure, will have been enjoying the festivities in the build-up to kick-off. It has been a sweltering day in Seville, as it often is, even at this time of year. The two managers, Luis de la Fuente and Steve Clarke, exchanging their pre-match handshakes. The 62-year-old de la Fuente has won 4 of his 6 matches as first-team coach. Of course, one of the 2 games he didn't win was that defeat at Hampden in his second match in charge. Steve Clarke looking to produce a repeat performance tonight, but a reminder, a point will do for Scotland in terms of qualification for the Euros. We'll keep you updated with the goals as they go in Cyprus, where Norway are the visitors. If Norway don't win that game, Scotland will qualify regardless of the outcome. Andy Robertson, the Scotland captain, has just exchanged pennants with Alvaro Morata, the former Chelsea striker, wearing the skipper's armband for Spain. Where could this game, Chris Llewellyn, be won and lost?
Well, they have to defend for their lives against Scotland tonight, and you know what, just in that transition, just be brave, you know, not just clearing it, just, you know what, anywhere it goes, it has to be with quality, it has to be with accuracy. You know, Lyndon Dykes is up there, make sure you give him the service. I want it to be a busy night for him rather than be isolated up top, but then when they get into wide areas, you know, Hickey, McTominay down that right hand side, you know, McGinn can get up with Christie in support, deliveries into the box, really put Spain under that defensive pressure, because you know what, if you look at McKenna, Henry, Potius, Dykes, there's not many more aggressive that go and attacking those set pieces, so we have to capitalise on that.
And in terms of Spain, we've mentioned it already, it's a relatively young team, but it is brimming with talent. Mikel Oyarzabal, for example, is leading the goal involvement charts at his club, Sociedad. Ferran Torres has only started 5 games for club and country this season. He scored 5 goals.
That just shows you it's world class, isn't it? You're talking about the age of the group, but they have quality. Oyarzabal there, you know, again leading the charts. Ferran Torres, he got a couple of goals in his last game as well. This is what it's about. You cannot give chances away. You have to defend for your lives, be organised, communicate, and be hard to break down. Stop those crosses from the get-go.
Be brave was the final message from Steve Clarke as Scotland, all in white, get us underway on this crunch evening. They are attacking the goal away to our right. Spain in their red jerseys with the dark blue shorts and socks, attacking from right to left. It's 1,065 days since David Marshall's penalty shootout heroics ended Scotland's agonising 23-year wait to qualify for a major tournament. I wonder if they'll be tapping into the spirit of Serbia to try and get this job done this evening. Spain in possession, as I think they will be for much of the night, and the ball is played into midfield, and the Barcelona whiz kid Gavi back now with Aymeric Laporte, once of Manchester City, now a teammate of Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr over in Saudi Arabia.
So I'm looking at it already. You know, there's a straight from kick-off. You're going to the left, the right centre back. He heads it out for a throw-in right on the line of the attacking third. Put it right in the box. Put it right on Lyndon Dykes. Win those second.
Oh, here's Morata though. Ball into the penalty area and a gilt-edged opportunity for Ferran Torres inside 2 minutes. 1-on-1 with Angus Gunn, and he's rolled it past the post. What a let-off for Scotland already.
Well, you cannot give Morata that time. Gets off the defensive line, takes an excellent first touch, head up already. Ferran Torres has made that run. The way to pass is excellent. Ferran Torres takes the touch, and to be fair, Angus Gunn comes out, cuts that space off, forces Ferran Torres to take the shot a little bit earlier. He's not got that accuracy. That's a massive let-off there, Alex.
An early warning that this could be a tough night for Scotland. Alejandro Balde has been fouled over on the near touchline by Lyndon Dykes, always combative. Scotland's number 9.
Well, you say it's a let-off, but it's also it makes the players switch on. They cannot lose concentration for a second, because Spain will hurt you, as we've just shown, but they never capitalised on it. So now, switch on, organise, communicate. Can't allow Morata to drop off the defensive unit.
And the form that he's been in, we've alluded to it already. You would have backed Ferran Torres to take that opportunity. 3 minutes gone. You're listening to Talksport 2. Spain 0, Scotland 0. Here come Spain again, though. Morata's got a bit of space on the left corner of the penalty area, plays it back into midfield, and Rodri, being booed by the travelling Scotland fans, sprays it out to the right-hand side. Spain very confident, comfortable in possession. And it's with Aymeric Laporte inside the centre circle. Everybody in white back behind the ball. Again, they were looking for Torres on the edge of the area. Loose ball fell for Bolde. His cross intended for Morata. He is turned behind by Porteous, the Watford defender. And Spain, with 3 minutes gone, at 0-0, have the first corner of the evening.
Yeah, you know what? It's just, again, good defending for the first initial ball that's coming in, but it's a little bit frantic, isn't it? So you're thinking of Aaron Hickey, can you go out and stop the ball coming in? Ryan Porteous having to get a sliding challenge to kind of defend there. It's important that when you do intercept the ball, when you do have a little bit of control, can you find a white shot, a white Scottish shot there? Because you can't just give it straight back to Spain.
Corner to be taken from this near left-hand side. Lots of jostling for position inside that area. The Dutch referee trying to get to grips with it. It's an in-swinging corner, and it's headed behind this time by Scott McTominay. Such a powerful presence in the air for Scotland. But it's a second Spanish corner in quick succession, and the home side very much on the front foot early on here. 0-0, and the corner to be played in towards the near post. It's right across the face of goal and headed behind by Morata. Well, that's a second big opportunity inside the first 5 minutes for Spain.
Well, look at Marino there. He's got the wrong side of Jack Henry. He's trying to make some sort of contact. It is so important that, you know what, the ball cannot. There has to be some sort of contact defensively. It can't bounce in the middle of the 6 yards, right in the goal line, really.
And this is an ominous start so far for Scotland. They've been beaten on both their previous visits to Seville. In fact, they've only managed one win ever on Spanish soil. That was way back in 1963. They were victorious by 6 goals to 2 at the Bernabeu. Brilliant atmosphere inside the ground. As big a night as this is for Scotland, it's just as huge for Spain, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And they've started the better, using the ball very well. Always got 2 or 3 options every time the whoever it is gets their head up, if it's in the defensive unit or the midfield unit. What I have to say is there's 2 massive chances already for Spain. Scotland have to do better.
Trying to do better here. Attacking down the right-hand side was Aaron Hickey. And across comes Lenormand to put the ball out of play for a throw.
Well, I don't mind that at all. Aaron Hickey putting pressure on Lamond, and it's about now. It's Lyndon Dykes taking the throw in. You want him on the end of it. Obviously, he's the only one that can put it right in the money. And like I said, we've got already people that can go and be aggressive and win those aerial duels. These moments are so important, Alex.
There's a throw in level with the penalty area from the right-hand side, hoisted into the box by Dykes, and dealt with comfortably enough by the Spanish defence. Then Morata trying to pick the pocket of Hickey, who did well, and he's found Dykes in the right wing position. McTominay has made a dart to the near post. Maybe a chance here for McTominay, and again Spain managed to smuggle the ball clear.
That's excellent, absolutely excellent. Aaron Hickey outside the left boot to Lyndon Dykes down that right channel, and you know what, he's probably thinking, I know exactly what kind of ball I want. It's not a bad ball at all, and it's Scott McTominay who's alive to it again. You know, it wasn't defended well, but again, McTominay anticipates that. But Spain defend well and clear the danger.
More positive in the last couple of minutes for Scotland after giving up 2 really presentable opportunities for Spain inside the first 4.5 minutes of the game. Here is Alejandro Bolde, the 19-year-old Barcelona fullback, plays the ball out to his left-hand side. Neuer foul ball. Spain happy and content to slow the game down. Rodri was dispossessed momentarily by Lyndon Dykes.
Well, that's what he has to do, Alex. He has to be on the back foot. He has to make sure that he's putting Rodri under as much pressure as he can. He can't let him get on the ball and dictate the pace of this game. So, yeah, it's a big ask, because then as soon as Scotland get the ball, he's then got to stretch it and make sure he kind of gets his far away as he possibly can.
Here's the captain Robinson playing the ball down the left-hand side, looking for Ryan Christie, but ushered back to Unai Simon, the goalkeeper, and his clearance is intercepted by McTominay midway inside Spanish territory. They can't keep it though, Scotland, and here's Morata, who showed some good footwork initially to get away from McGregor, but then passed it straight back to Scotland. And here's Christie with a low ball into the box, and it's swept away under no real pressure in the end. And it will be a throw in for Scotland over on the far side. It was Mikel Merino who cleared that ball.
Yeah, well, it's much better from Scotland there. Callum McGregor winning the ball, keeping possession, finding John McGinn. That little link up between Christie, you know, it's coming off. Spain defend well, but then Scotland win the second ball, and it's Scott McKenna that then gets the ball forward. And again, Ryan Christie, he's in the box. He's got space and time. He doesn't have to whip it across. Just be aware of your surroundings there. Take the touch. Try and commit the opposing player to put a challenge in the 18-yard box here.
The ball helped behind for a goal kick. The Norman just got a nudge in the back for his troubles from Ryan Christie. Referee happy to let that one pass. 9 minutes gone. You're listening to Talksport 2. Spain 0, Scotland 0. At the moment, this result would be good enough to take Scotland to Germany. Should we call time now, Chris?
Well, I can't believe it's 9 minutes. How quickly has that went? It just shows you, Scotland have grown into the game. Spain started the better with those early opportunities. But yeah, the right decisions in that midfield area, which is so important this evening.
It's 0-0 in the other game in this group as well. Cyprus against Norway. Reminder, if Norway don't win, then Scotland will be through regardless of their result here this evening. Got some defending to do though. Carvajal coming forward down the right, crosses into the penalty area. That was a commanding header away by McKenna. Loud jeers from the Scotland fans every time Rodri is in possession. The Spanish supporters responding by giving the Manchester City man an ovation. He should be fully fresh, having sat out the last couple of Premier League games due to a suspension, having been sent off against Nottingham Forest. Manchester City have lost both of those games that he hasn't started. Away at Wolves and at home to Arsenal at the weekend. Here's Carvajal, low cross into the penalty area, and that was excellent defending by McKenna just to outmuscle Gavi, as for a moment the Spanish fans expected a shot at goal.
What a great ball in from Carvajal there, and I've got to say, Gavi, excellent touch, took it in the strides. McKenna, it's such a timely challenge because he just has to get his body in between man and ball and then just usher it out. Fantastic defending there from McKenna.
Here comes Laporte tiptoeing forward into Scottish territory. Gavi out to this left-hand side, and Boulder. Laporte takes over again. Boulder's got some space on this near side and maybe an opportunity to get across into the area. Trying to cut it back for Gavi, and there was John McGinn winning back possession, then bulldozing his way towards the halfway line in the end.
Well, can he bring him back for a free? It's a free kick, isn't it?
McGinn, it's out for a throw.
I see you smiling, Alex, but he's had to jump the challenge. It's to a disadvantage there, and then he runs the ball out to play. I know I'm clutching at straws, but yeah, you've got to ask. At least put the ref under a little bit of pressure. Put your hand up and ask for something.
I'll tell you what, you are a ball of energy, a nervous ball of energy. Chris Iwelumo here on Talksport 2, and why not former Scotland striker alongside me, Alex Crook. 0-0 with 11 minutes played. It's going to be a nerve-jangling evening for everybody of Scottish persuasion. So long, wasn't it, without qualifying for a major tournament. They got there for the last European Championships and once again failed to navigate their way from the group stage, but they are on an incredible run. They've won their last 11 qualifying matches, and that's the longest run of any side in Europe. What a job Steve Clarke has done, ending that major tournament at Hoodoo and on the brink of doing it again. But here come Spain towards the penalty area. Scotland with enough white jerseys there to clear the ball away, but Bolde gets it back just inside the box, curls it right-footed towards the 6-yard box, blocked away by Hickey. It'll come back in again, and it's been headed behind by Porteous. I'm not sure that he actually needed to concede the corner. I think the ball was going out anyway.
Yeah, but the referee he's given the corner, so is he not going to book for? He's diving, isn't he? He's diving in the box. So the referee's just, I see him waving. Get yourself up. Now Ryan Porteous, You know, he has to clear the danger. Again, you don't know if there's what's behind you. Is it Gavi, is it? No, it's Marino, isn't it? Yeah,
I think he was going to get there.
Yeah, but I think the referee, he's tried to throw himself to the ground, so the referee has to then...
Oyafabo with a corner, high looping ball into the area. Header away from Porteous. Picked up over on that right-hand side by Marino. 0-0 the score. We play 13 minutes on Talksport 2. The point will take Scotland to the European Championships next summer. Here's Rodri. Out to the left-hand side. Balde winning only his 8th international cap. He's seen plenty of the ball. The left back on this near side. Now Carvajal, the opposing fullback, has it over on the right touchline. Back to Aymeric Laporte inside the centre circle. Here is Balde again. Shifts it forward on this near side. Torres dropping deep into midfield and playing it back to the halfway line of Laporte. Scotland content to let Spain knock the ball around because at the moment it's not really in an area where they can do too much damage. Here's Rodri though, stretching those long legs and just ushering the ball out to his right.
Taking so much out Scotland at the minute as well. You look at the movement of Marino, Ferran Torres. You know, I think Gavi just always rotating, always kind of then dropping into those little pockets in front of the defensive three of Scotland.
Torres trying to help it forward to Gavi, but it's been intercepted. Christie back helping out his defence, and the ball now at the feet of Angus Gunn, and he will just slow the game down.
And you know what was excellent there? Callum McGregor, he intercepts the ball. He doesn't just clear it, he flicks it to Ryan Christie. He goes out to, I think it's Andy Robertson. He goes back to Angus Gunn, slow it right down. And it's those little moments, it's those little decision making. The pass, you have to make sure you keep possession. Even if it's just to slow it down, get a breather again, because all of a sudden you're going to go 4, 5, 6 minutes without touching the ball, but you've got to be switched on and organised all the time. Still
goalless in Larnaca, 12 minutes in, Cyprus 0, Norway 0. Anything but a Norwegian victory in that game, and Scotland will qualify tonight with 2 games to spare. Georgia away and Norway at home during the next international break in November. Spain have had 83% possession in the first 15 minutes.
Used to that. It's exactly what it was at Hampden in the second half. 83% in Spain's favour. You just have to defend for your lives in those little moments, though, those little bits of quality, and we're showing that at the minute. Switched on.
Laporte with a deep ball into the air, and they weren't totally switched on then, Scotland. Oyafabo got in behind, but his header was a tepid one, and it's cleared upfield by Hickey over on the left-hand side. They just can't keep possession, Scotland, for any prolonged period of time. Here's Rodri on the edge of the circle inside the Scotland half away to our left. Now Marino back into the centre circle again, and Laporte.
Well, I'm looking at Aaron Hickey and Andy Robertson. They've kind of switched over at the minute, but I just think that's the positioning that they've been defending from the corners, and they've just found themselves in that position. They both understand the responsibility.
They
just have to do it, yeah. So again, it's one of them. I can't say that they've thought, all right, that he's going to cause his problem. He's going to be cutting back onto his right or left.
Here's Morata on that right-hand side, crosses towards the far post, and Robertson tracked the run of Torres all the way, and he heads it behind for a 4th Spanish corner inside the first 16 minutes of the game.
It's too easy though. You know, Aaron Hickey up against Carvajal, stopped the cross from coming in. Excellent positioning from Andy Robertson there. Ferran Torres on his shoulder, has to defensively do his job there.
Well, they've defended these corners to good effect so far. They've had plenty of practice early on when it comes to these set-piece situations. Into the near post and flicked across the face of goal. The Normand up from the back, and in the end it goes behind for a goal kick for Scotland.
It's another massive let-off. I think the Normand there gets the touch, and I think he's ever so right. Someone's got to be coming around the back there.
I wonder if Morata could have done a bit more.
I think Morata's getting marshalled well by Hickey there. I think there's someone coming around the back post. Has to be gambling.
Well, Christie's given the ball away, dispossessed by Carvajal on the edge of the area. This could be trouble. Morata's in an offside position as Oyafabo took a cross-cam shot from the edge of the area, and it's safely collected in the hands of Angus Gunn, the Scotland goalkeeper. Still 0-0.
Yeah, the weather in the storm, a few let-offs. Spain aren't really capitalising those two early opportunities that were big chances. And then that one as well, round the back area. Scotland, you want them to get a little bit more, a few more touches, a few more passes. They've not really had that moment because Spain have completely dominated.
Here's McTominay back inside the Scotland half of the field. A bit of a hospital pass to begin. He's given it away. Morata, the Spain captain, plays it out to his right. And a deep cross towards Oyarzabal. And Oyarzabal, I think, in two minds there, whether to try and help it into the 6-yard box or go for goal himself. And in the end, it was a tame, side-footed attempt, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, Oyarzabal, though, I thought it was a shot. It was an attempt on goal. I don't understand why. It was an excellent ball. He's one if he takes a good touch with Aaron Hickey inside the box, 12 yards from goal on the angle. Very surprised he's tried to do that first time there as well. But again, good defending by Aaron Hickey. Got himself between ball and man and just ushered it out. And then a little kick of the ball away as well. Just waste a few more seconds.
All the dark arts will be coming out tonight, that's for sure. Rodri might be a bit annoyed again. Come full time, he's played the ball back to Lenormand. Spain 0, Scotland 0. 19 minutes played. Don't forget Talksport Breakfast returns tomorrow morning from 6 o'clock. Alan Brazil, who no doubt will be kicking every ball, will be alongside Ray Parlour, building up to England-Australia tomorrow night and all the fallout from Scotland's game here in Seville.
Callum McGregor, Scott McTominay again, intercept the ball, keep possession, and like you say, using it very, very well in the half day. But look at Spain without the ball, putting under as much pressure and forcing the error and winning the ball back. That's where Scotland have to be better.
Porteous passing it straight to Rodri, but he was under considerable pressure on the edge of the area. Carvajal's cross is blocked by Christie.
Yeah, but you're saying under considerable pressure. That's a little dink ball into the midfield. Go big. Go try and turn Spain. You've got Lyndon Dykes up top that will go and win those, go and challenge, be competitive. And if anything, with the strength that he's got, take it down in his chest and allow the likes of McGinn, McTominay and Grant Christie to get up and support him.
Here's Danny Carvajal into the feet of Gavi, who turns expertly away from McGregor. Bolde played in down the left-hand side, twisting one way, turning the other, and then as he cut the ball back, Oyarzabal got right underneath the shot and hammers it high over Angus Gunn's crossbar. Still goalless.
Well, Bolde done excellent down that left-hand side when he cut it back. Oyarzabal, it was on. He took it very well, knew exactly where the goal was. He was leaning back, and thankfully so. Just couldn't get the... it's in the air as well. He's took it with the left foot there and just couldn't get any accuracy on it.
They got through the first 20 minutes with a clean sheet intact. And in fact, that's become a bit of a habit for Angus Gunn, the Norwich goalkeeper. 4 shutouts in his first 6 international caps.
I think his dad actually commented, said he's had more clean sheets than he had caps in itself, which was quite tickled me actually.
Yeah, his dad wasn't a bad goalkeeper himself for Norwich back in the day. Referee has just stopped the game here for a moment. He's in conversation with Lyndon Dykes over a bit of shirt pulling, I think, or maybe Lyndon Dykes, was he just leaning into the challenge on Laporte and he actually caught him with the left arm as he came down. I think he meant that.
No, of course he meant it. I think he's in air, he's coming down, his back's to Laporte, he knows that he's there, he's just left the flailing arm. The referee's spot on to have a little word with him there, but again, Laporte knows that he's had one left on him. How does he react?
Laporte plays the ball out to Bolde down the left-hand side. Here's Marino. Now Carvajal in the right wing position. Scotland camped on the edge of their own penalty area. Carvajal in possession, only around about 30 yards inside Scottish territory. Rodri then lays it off to Laporte, who slowly brings the ball over the halfway line. Forward to Oyarzabal, just outside the area. Oyarzabal flicks off his left boot and is headed away by McKenna. And maybe a chance for a Scottish counter-attack. Christie leading the charge, but is quickly closed down by 3 Spanish players. And the ball is back with Laporte, left-hand side, 5 yards inside the Spain half.
Yeah, I thought Ryan Christie received the ball, got the ball in an excellent position there, and he had 3 red shots, Spain shots around him. He's on his own. I think just a little dink to find Lyndon Dykes, or just in behind because he's trying to take them on there and just gives possession away.
That's excellent defending by Porteous. Down by the right corner flag, holding off the Spanish player, Oyafable I think it was, and just making sure the ball goes behind for the goal kick.
Excellent defending, strong, isn't it? Oyafable trying to say that he's used the elbow there, nothing in it whatsoever. Good strong shoulder, good strength, and you know what? I like Porteous. I like him. Very aggressive, tidy on the ball. He has got a rick in him, but you know what? For Scotland, he's doing the job.
Spanish fans not happy with how long Angus Gunn is taking to get the game restarted. His long punt upfield is collected on the edge of the area by Laporte, away to our right. Laporte forward towards the halfway line, and Bolde back to the captain Laporte again, but still inside the Spanish half. Toe poke forward by Marina. Here's Laporte again, finds Rodri in space on the halfway line. First time ball fizzed into the feet of Gavi, but he was dispossessed by McGregor. One back by Morata. Morata with a little dink into the area over the head of Oyafable, and it will be cleared away by Jack Hendrick. In fact, in the end, Oyafable forces the error down by the corner flag. And the referee has spotted a foul, and it will be a free kick for Scotland.
Well, I thought it was a bit of distance. Aaron Hickey trying to kind of usher that, let the ball go out of play there. I think Oyafable that put him under pressure. Aaron Hickey did get the last touch, and luckily I don't think there was too much in it. Scotland get the free kick, and that just down by that corner flag there.
Well, the last count a couple of minutes ago, Spain had completed 122 successful passes to Scotland's 20. As Laporte is penalised following an aerial challenge on Lyndon Dykes.
Yeah, I used to be so frustrated with that one. Like when you're going to attack and you're just kind of you're blocked. Baldy all over him there, and rightfully so. The referee cautions him.
0-0 here then. 25 minutes played, and it's still 0-0 in Larnaca. Cyprus 0, Norway 0. As it stands here, it won't matter what Norway do in that game. A point, all that Scotland need to secure their place at the Euros. And actually, Chris, they have the opportunity to qualify before England. I'm sure that's not gone unnoticed north of the border.
We'll speak at the end of the game now.
Well, they've got a free kick to attack here. Robertson has placed the ball down 15 yards in from the right touchline, 20 yards inside the Spanish half. He's played it into the penalty area, and actually it wasn't a bad delivery. They didn't really make the most of it. McGregor then runs the ball out of play, and it will be a Spanish throw midway inside their own half over on the far right touchline.
It's not a bad delivery at all there, Alex, and it's Ryan Porteous keeping it alive. I think he's done it ever so well, but again, Spain positioning wise, anticipating where it's going to, and they're in the right position there. If Ryan Porteous can get a little bit more on it, then there's basically 3v3 running into about 8 yards, 9 yards from goal there, central as well, and all the Scotland players are facing the Spanish goal there. If it drops nicely, fortunate for them, then you never know.
Here's Aymeric Laporte, 15 yards shy of the halfway line, looking for Morata, but McTominay beavering away, wins it back for Scotland, can't keep it though. Rodri then plays it back into the centre circle, and Normand will come forward. Now Carvajal over on the right hand side, midway inside the Scotland half of the field. Back to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte with the opportunity to come forward again. Everybody in white camped behind the ball, but they're doing their defensive duty. An opportunity for Hickey to come forward, and he's released Christie. Christie forced out wide by the attention of Bolde, and then he switches the play out to the left-hand side, nodded down by Robertson. McGinn was clattered on the edge of the penalty area.
What's going on there?
And Chris Iwelumo can't believe that the referee hasn't given a free kick to John McGinn.
Well, John McGinn's got there first, he's taken it round, and he's completely taken out. Talk to me, are you looking at what are you saying?
Danny Carvajal led with the left knee. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, and that should have been a Scotland free kick on the edge of the box.
Well, again, it's putting pressure on. Aaron Hickey, right decision, keeping possession, excellent run from Ryan Christie. And I wasn't sure about the big crossfield pass, but again, John McGinn in the right place, got there first, and it's definitely contact. Because if Carvajal doesn't take him out, he's getting the ball in the 18-yard box. Here
is Carvajal up over the halfway line. Back to Marino of Real Sociedad. And he shifts the play aerially out to the left-hand side of Bolde. Bolde 20 yards shy of the Scotland penalty area, but again goes back towards the centre circle, and Rodri. Carvajal forward to Marino. Marino neatly turning away from trouble, almost finding Morata on the edge of the 6-yard box. Don't think he was too far away, Morata. In the end, it skips through for Angus Gunn.
It's one of them, I think here it's an excellent ball, little clipping behind, excellent run from one. I think he can get just a touch on it. Just throw yourself at it, if it's head or foot, and just put Angus Gunn off, because you never know, even the line of the ball.
You're clutching at straws there, by the way.
I know.
Chris Llewellyn was just scribbled down VAR on his notepad. Not for a free kick.
But the ball goes out to play, so it goes out to play for a goal kick. From that, so the referee, you got that one wrong. It's contact here. I'm asking for everything. John McGinn, I just don't understand how
I don't think they use VAR for run-of-the-mill free kicks.
Every moment in the match, they're discussing it as we hear. They're talking. They're basically it's a commentary of everything that goes on. So the referee should hopefully know, you've got that one wrong, and hopefully give us something.
I admire your enthusiasm. That's all I'm saying. Here's McGinn. Right in the centre of the Spanish half. Plays it out to the right-hand side. Hickey's come forward from the back. Spain back in their shape. Scotland still have possession with Christie on the near side. Now Callum McGregor, the Celtic midfielder. And he's back with Ryan Porteous. And at the moment, Scotland content just to keep possession, wind down the clock, and just try and take the sting out of the home side. Angus Gunn dinks it forward. Onto the chest of Christie, 15 yards inside the Scotland half. He'll come infield, Christie, almost gave it away, but the ricochet off Rodri falls kindly for McTominay, and again they're going to go back to Angus Gunn, all in green away to our left. He got a bit lucky there with a clearance upfield because it went straight to Callum McGregor. It could have hit anybody.
Yeah, but I think it was meant. I'll be honest, I think because the ball was played back to Angus Gunn, Morata was putting him under pressure, forcing him, so Angus Gunn, his distribution's excellent. Never just went for the big clearance. He's trying to find players, but he has to go with pace. And it's a great touch from Callum McGregor then to go out and find Andy Robertson there.
Job done so far for Scotland. Half an hour in on Talksport 2-0. At the moment, they have the point that they will need to take them to Germany next summer. And Norway still being held in Cyprus. Cyprus 0, Norway 0. So at the moment, it's all going Scotland's way. So Norway have had 76% of possession and 6 shots in that game. Here's Morata, rounds the goalkeeper, Morata, and he slams it into the side netting. He was offside anyway, and the goal would not have stood.
Yeah, but you talk about Angus Gunn. I think he makes a decision very, very early that he's got to come, puts Morata under some pressure. He commits to the challenge, goes to the floor, but then he's clutching, isn't he? I'm trying to see, we're looking at it on the screen, does he get a little touch on the ball when he comes out? I just don't know. He doesn't, pulls his hand away. That angle's very, very tight, but we'll see Morata do that time and time again. I think it's McKenna that gets himself in the goal line there as well, or Jack Henry.
He scored a hat-trick, Morata, during the last round of internationals in a comfortable win against Georgia. 7-1 the score. They've scored 13 goals in their last 2 qualifiers, Spain, and he averages a goal every 2 caps, 33 in 66 appearances for the former Chelsea man.
It tells you something if I'm asking VAR to have a look into a free kick opportunity at the edge of the box, doesn't it?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
How dominant Spain have been.
Here's Bolde, little burst of speed, drives him over the halfway line and quickly gobbles up the ground inside the Scotland half of the field. They switch the play out to the right level with the penalty area. It's Ferran Torres trying to play the ball into the box. Again, Scotland defend it well. And John McGinn, well, he's trying to play it out to the left back, Robertson. He got it all wrong, completely skewed it, but Robertson gets back there and hoists the ball over the halfway line, but no chance of Lyndon Dykes getting on the end of that one. And Spain have possession back, and it remains at 0-0 with 13 minutes to play in this first half. Scotland, who've won all 5 of their group games so far. They have won 6 European Championship qualifiers in a row since they were trying to reach Euro 2008. Is that around the time you were playing?
It was, yes. Thanks for reminding me.
Here's Rodri. halfway inside the Scotland half of the field. Out to the left and the very talented Mikel Oyarzabal. Rodri gets it back again, the tall number 16 for Spain.
I was in that squad at Hampden against Spain.
That was 13 years ago today. 3-2 defeat.
Don't look that old, Alex.
Yeah, you do. Ball into the area over the head of Morata, and it's collected comfortably by Gunn.
Again, it's organisation as well. I think Jack Henry commanding. He's been dominant there, always talking. He's dragging like Porteous in. McKenna. Always organising, and it's so important. The concentration levels must be through the roof at the minute, but they have to be.
Well, I think job number one would have been to get to the half an hour mark with the clean sheet still intact. They've done that, Scotland, and they had a couple of worrying moments early on. Ferran Torres one-on-one with Gunn inside 2 minutes, put it wide. Morata couldn't get his header on target soon after, but since then, despite the amount of the ball that Spain have had, they haven't really created too many opportunities to get themselves in front.
Well, it's important that you weather that storm. On another day, Spain could have been 2-0 up after 5 minutes. It wasn't the case. Now, I guess, being on home soil as well, having the fans, that extra little bit of pressure.
Here's Gavi though, right wing position, into the penalty area, cuts it back for Oyarzabal, brilliant block, and then it's hammered against the post by Marino, and I'm not entirely sure how that stayed out. Angus Gunn was beaten, Scotland rescued by the frame of the goal.
Well, again, it's an excellent run for Gavi. A perfect ball off of Aaron Hickey. What a block that is. And then who is it with the shot?
Marino.
It's Marino. Oh, I tell you what, it went through a lot of bodies. Even Ryan Porteous is trying to block it. If he makes any sort of contact, that's in the back of the net. Look at that.
And then it could have come back off the post and hit Angus Gunn as he dived down to his right.
Inside of the post, behind Angus Gunn. Big let off.
Here they come again. Gavi out to the left-hand side. Oyarzabal crosses into the penalty area. Good header away by Porteous. And then a foul by Bolde. And it's a cheap one to give away from a Spanish point of view. Just tugging Aaron Hickey to the ground, and Scotland have a free kick in their right back position. It stays at 0-0.
Well, you know what? You called it. Excellent header from Ryan Porteous. Aaron Hickey onto it, and then he just reads it. I think Babel tries to put the body on him. He fakes to go one way, gets round the other side. He's now in between ball and man and gets that free kick. But what a massive... I'm looking at it on the monitor here, and it's off of our ball there. When it comes off the inside of the post, goes behind Angus Gunn, it could go anywhere. It's a fantastic opportunity.
Well, Lyndon Dykes is going to get a yellow card here, the first of the game. It was another aerial duel. I think it's Aymeric Laporte who has gone down. Lyndon Dykes is perplexed. Yeah, but the card has come out.
You look at the player's body language there. He's gone up to the referee saying, look at VAR. I've not touched them. So no, wait a minute. Can the referee not just hold off rather than make the decision? Can he not hold off and wait?
He did lead with the elbow on Laporte. I think that is a yellow card. But VAR doesn't get involved with yellow card offences.
No, they don't. They don't. But he doesn't have to bring the card out straight away. He can take his time, as we've been seeing a lot more in the English Premier League and the English Championship. They walk up to the situation, they assess it, they're getting as much information as they possibly can in the Premier League, and then they make their decision. It is a yellow card. I have seen it on the monitor. There is contact here, but it's one of those. The referee brought the card out very, very, very quickly.
Well, Laporte has got mud all over his forehead, having landed face down on the turf here in Seville. And Lyndon Dykes is going to have to be careful now.
Yeah, very, very careful. It's a big part of his game, isn't it? Being that aggressive, being physical. Now with the yellow card, he has to be, especially now, because Laporte as well, as clever as he is, the referee has to be properly switched on.
There has been a goal in Cyprus, and it isn't positive news as far as Scotland are concerned. Cyprus 0, Norway 1. Alexander Sorloth, once of Crystal Palace, has put Norway in front. And that means that, as it stands, Scotland will have to get at least a point tonight if they are to guarantee their place in Germany this evening. They would have expected Norway to win in Cyprus.
Yeah, like Steve Clark's come out and said, we go and get the job done. You know, very happy at the minute. It's now, after that 30-minute marker that you said, it's about getting to half-time.
Here's Gavi though, ball chipped into his feet inside the penalty area. Plays it back out to the right, cross towards Oyarzabal, steered away by Scott McKenna. Gavi keeps Spain on the front foot, the ball is over on the far touchline. Now Rodri, he'll bring it infield to Laporte on the edge of the centre circle. All very measured from Spain. Certainly no panic from them, and the ball is in towards Morata. The ball is in the back of the net, but he was offside, Morata. Not actually sure he made much contact.
He never touched the ball, but surely being in that position puts Angus Gunn off, so that's interfering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surely.
Well, the flag went up straight away from the assistant on that far side. Oof, I tell you what.
He's off his shoulder and head, he's in an offside position.
Morata wagging a finger towards the direction of the assistant referee, but I think this decision will stand. And it will be a free kick for Scotland. It was Danny Carvajal, of all people, who fizzed the ball into the area. And as you say, Morata, by making an attempt to play the ball, even if he didn't get studs on it, certainly was interfering with play, and that's a pretty straightforward decision to rule the goal out for offside. It stays at 0-0.
Again, just stopping that, they're getting a lot of joy. Spain down the right-hand side. You know, I understand about being compact and just defending it when it comes into that area. And maybe it does stretch you a little bit if it's stopping those crosses from coming in. But you know what? You have to do it. You have to be brave, go timely, because the balls that are coming in with the movement, the numbers, it's causing Scotland all sorts of problems. Lyndon Dykes with a long throw again from the left-hand side.
With 6 first half minutes to play on Talksport 2. Lyndon Dykes, tattoos all over his upper torso. He's drying the ball on his jersey. Jack Hendry in conversation with the referee as he jostles for position at the near post. Referee just barges into Carvajal. He wasn't too happy about that one. And belatedly, from the left-hand side, in comes the throw from Christie, but it wasn't the best attempt, and it's headed tamely behind for what will be a Spain goal kick.
To be fair, it's not a bad throw. It's one it's put into the area, but like you say, it's a comfortable one for the goalkeeper there, goes out to play.
Here comes Rodri over the halfway line, dispossessed by Dykes. McGinn hauled to the ground by Rodri, who's just waiting for the challenge to come in, waiting to go down and win the free kick for Scotland just inside Spain territory.
He does it ever so well, John McGinn. You know, I think the referees are getting up to speed with it as well. I don't think there was a lot of contact in that. He's waiting for it, like you say, but they're working so hard without the ball. You can look at body language. It's so important. Moments like these, that big switch, diagonal ball into the box, win those aerial duels, keep the ball in the area, and it's just about anticipating and being a little bit fortunate where the ball's going to land.
Well, the wolf whistles are because the Spain crowd feel that again Scotland are wasting time from this free kick. The Dutch referee just pointed to his wristwatch. Finally it is taken and chipped into the penalty area. Well, the goalkeeper Simon has gone over the top of the ball, clattered into Robertson. I think the free kick has been given to Spain. I'm not entirely sure about that.
It's a genuine attempt from Robertson to go get the ball there. I've got to say, Simon comes out, good hands on the ball. I think he's not got the ball in complete control, and there's just a coming together. I think for the fact, I'm looking at it now on the monitor, Andy Robertson knows exactly what to do for. Simon goes with the left knee as well. It's a sore one there for Robertson, but I think the referee's got that one right.
Spain 0, Scotland 0. Norway goal to the good away from home in Cyprus. But remember, a point will be enough for Scotland this evening. An opportunity here for the Scotland players to get a drink of water. Temperatures in Seville have been as high as 32 degrees over the course of the afternoon into the evening. Having been there for the Europa League final with Rangers, it is an absolute hotbed. Very little fresh air. Morata did actually make contact with the ball as he steered it beyond Angus Gunn, but he was offside. I'm not sure why he was wagging his finger towards the assistant referee. And Andrew Robertson here is still being treated, having landed awkwardly on his shoulder. Is he injured, Chris, or is this an attempt just to run down the clock a bit?
No, well, you saying run down the clock, it doesn't really benefit. That time gets added no matter what. I think the referees all over the world are putting that time on, so I would think it is a genuine injury, because even in the last game, Andy Robertson was making sure that the ball was coming back into play. Players were getting up, and those quick free kicks were being taken. So
Steve Clarke is taking the opportunity to just issue some instructions. 0-0 at half-time would be a brilliant result for Scotland, but this is very worrying because Robertson is being helped off the field here, and he's using his Scotland jersey almost as a makeshift sling, protecting that injured right arm. This is a worry, not just for Scotland, but I'd imagine for Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager, as well.
But it doesn't look good at all. You know, you can see it's all, I think, just dislocated. I would imagine. Yeah, Nathan Patterson coming on straight away. You know what you're going to get from Nathan, just energy up and down the flank. He has to be a little bit more disciplined, but very, very disappointing for Andy. You can just see the worry in his face as he's coming up in the monitor now.
So Nathan Patterson of Everton replaces Andy Robertson of Liverpool. There is a Merseyside derby on the horizon, and it will probably mean a switch in terms of Hickey going over to the left-hand side and Patterson operating on this near right touchline. But they've lost Tierney pre-match, and now Robertson right at the end of the first half as well. Scotland, two of their key players.
Yeah, massive. Albeit, you know, I think defensively, Andy Robertson, you know, there's questions there. It's more about what he brings offensively. So Nathan Patterson, this is where the big test is. You know, does he have that discipline? That because he can go. He's a fantastic talent, but he has to be very, very disciplined in a game like this tonight.
I have to say, Hickey has started this game in excellent form on the right-hand side. He's done a really solid defensive duty. He's gone over to that left touchline now. Laporte coming forward. Here is Bolde on this near side, looking to take advantage of the switch that Steve Clarke has had to make. Rodri hoists the ball into the penalty area, and it's controlled by Carvajal. Gets his shot away, strikes McGregor in the face. The referee is going to allow the game to continue here, even though McGregor is down holding his face. And Jack Hendry making that point as the ball eventually cannon off McGregor and behind for what would have been a goal kick in this. Angus Gunn, I think, just about managed to keep it in play.
Well, I understand why the referee allowed it to go, but it was a fierce strike that McGregor's took flat in the face a couple of metres away. Isn't a responsibility of the referee to stop that straight away?
Yeah, and he had a really good view of it as well on the edge of the area. McGregor back to his feet. Hendry's still in conversation with the official. Goals elsewhere tonight, by the way. In Group D, Latvia beat Armenia by 2-0 earlier this evening. Croatia 0, Turkey 1. That'd be a good result for Turkey away from home in Group E. Albania lead Chechnya by 1-0. It's the Faroe Islands 0, Poland 1. And in Group I, Andorra 0, Kosovo 1. 0-0 between Belarus and Romania. And a reminder, the other game in this group, half-time now in Larnaca. Cyprus 0, Norway 1. And we're into stoppage time at the end of the first half in Seville as well. And so far, so good for Scotland. But there are 4 added minutes at the end of this first half. The ball played forward towards Lyndon Dykes, but Normand had a 2-yard head start and helps it back to the goalkeeper, Simon, who hasn't had a save to make in this first half.
No, he hasn't. You know, Lyndon Dykes very, very much isolated, and then even dropping in to that kind of midfield unit to do his defensive responsibilities. But you know what, it's better play down that left-hand side. Hickey put a little bit too much on it. I think he's got to go to Dykes' feet there. Dykes shouldn't be looking in behind. He should be coming and showing up and just try and keep possession in that way.
Bolde linking up with Oyarzabal. Scotland need to stay switched on for the final 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the half. Bolde trying to take on Patterson, playing it into the area. Gavi with a heavy touch, unusually for him, and then it's swept upfield by Porteous.
That's what Patterson brings. You know, there's no fear there. You know, the little clip over the kind of the hanging foot inside the 18-yard box. He's comfortable. He's a good footballer.
Did he keep the ball in play there, Patterson? Well, referee at the moment is allowing Spain to continue, and it's with Morata inside the area. Bolde caught Porteous anyway, and he is down his haunches, and The free kick has gone Scotland's way.
I think this is a bit of a naughty challenge from Baldy there. I'm waiting to see it. I think I'm looking at that. Yeah, the ball fully wasn't out. I think Patterson. There wasn't enough. There wasn't enough on it. I'm looking at the moment. The ball has to be fully out. Yeah, definitely. The referee got that one right, but it's a challenge, Baldy, on Ryan Porteous that I want to have a look at. We're not even going to see it on the monitor. I thought it was a little bit naughty.
Porteous back on his feet, and Scotland have navigated their way through the first 2 minutes of stoppage time. It's 0-0. Dykes can't hold it up. McTominay winning it back doggedly in midfield, but again he can't keep it. And here's Carvajal for Spain. Morata, first time ball forward to Gavi. Carvajal with a chance to cross into the penalty area. Brilliant block by Hickey. It's out for a throw, and this probably will be the last piece of defending that Scotland have to do in the first half. Throw-in taken quickly over on that far right hand side. 0-0 in Seville. You're listening to Talksport 2 on this potentially momentous evening for Scotland. Back to Lenormand for Spain. Over the halfway line he comes. Carvajal plays it short on the edge of the penalty area, but too far in front of Marino. He's gone steaming into a challenge on McTominay. That's the second yellow card of the evening. The first Spanish player, Mikel Merino, to have his name taken.
Yeah, I think it's a good yellow card for Mikel Merino there. I think Scott McTominay had a lot of grass to run into, took a yellow card for the team. He had opportunities as well. He had options in front of him there too. Scotland shots, Lyndon Dykes and Christie, I believe it was, around about the halfway line. So it would have been probably 3 against 4 in Spain's favour. I don't think that's a bad yellow card for Merino to take there.
And as far as Scotland are concerned, Angus Gunn being serenaded by the Tartan army, who have travelled in their droves to Spain, takes the free kick and launches it high into the Spanish half of the field. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, they've had 1 or 2 nervy moments, Scotland. They could have been behind inside a couple of minutes. Ferran Torres sent one-on-one with Angus Gunn, but he couldn't get his shot on target. Alvaro Morata has failed to keep a header down as well. Spain have dominated possession. They've created all of the goal-scoring opportunities, but crucially, Chris Uelemo, they haven't found a way past this Scottish back line. 0-0.
Well, so far so good, job done at the minute. It's a perfect time as well. There's a lot of positives to take out of that, albeit Spain will be ruined some big opportunities missed. I think Steve Clarke will be delighted with the effort. Obviously, Andy Robertson, it's a massive blow, but Nathan Patterson comes in and he's shown that he's up to speed defensively in the right in positions. Those little decisions have to be better, but he does bring another attacking option as well with the energy. Can he get forward and link when it's on to do so, but we're not really getting those opportunities.
I guess the one big disappointment of this first half, the captain Andy Robertson hobbling off with an injured shoulder, means Aaron Hickey has gone over to the left-hand side with Patterson coming on at right back. Hickey's been outstanding.
Yeah, he has. I'm a big fan. Very, very good footballer. Gets the ball down, not afraid to get it in no matter the situation. But defensively, I think he's grown into this game as well. Stopping those crosses, getting those blocks in. That timely challenge on the block just before the ball went into the back of the net, it was outstanding. And that's what you've got to be. You've got to be switched on. You've got to take responsibility. And he's doing exactly that.
69% possession for Spain. 10 goal attempts in total. Only the one on target. Scotland haven't had a single shot in anger yet, but only one shot on target. I think Steve Clarke will be delighted with that.
Well, yeah, definitely. There's some big opportunities. I think the Lenormand, the one that he's flicked on to the back post from the corner, there's got to be someone gambling around the back there. You're smiling at Scotland's opportunities. I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all. There's been some opportunities where the long throws have coming in, the free kick, Ryan Porteous wins it. It just doesn't fall favourably for a Scottish foot. Scott McTominay, that one that Lyndon Dykes is whipped across. Again on another day, it falls to McTominay 6 yards out and it's in the back of the net. Those are the little moments. They've still got to be in those positions. There's going to be opportunities in the second half when Spain are throwing everything at it, because Spain have to come and win this game. They won't be happy with the draw. They have to throw everything at it, and they'll take necessary risks to do exactly that. Can Scotland capitalise off the back of that?
Yeah, especially with Norway leading in Cyprus, but Scotland halfway to qualifying for the Euros next summer. Half-time here in Seville. It is Spain 0, Scotland 0.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL. Rugby World Cup 2023 on Talksport with Tenor Men. From the lineouts in Lyon.
There's a chance here.
To the scrums in St Etienne. From the drop goals in Saint-Denis.
Steps up right-footed.
To the final touch in Toulouse.
What a way to finish.
Listen to Talksport Breakfast all this week from 6 and get every tackle, turnover and try as the world's rugby elite do battle for the legendary Webb Ellis Cup.
Bulldogs in his way to the line.
Rugby World Cup daily updates on Talksport with Tenor Men. Keep control.
Righty here for Gillette. Have I got something for you? The Gillette Labs razor has a unique exfoliating bar that clears the path before the blades for effortless shaving in one stroke, leaving you fresh and ready to take on your day in no time. And at Gillette, we promise you that Gillette Labs is the ultimate shave, or, I've always wanted to say this, your money back. Gillette, the best a man can get. 18 plus, retain receipt, terms and conditions apply.
You've worked hard to build your business, so it's important it's properly protected. At NFU Mutual, our trades insurance has received a 5-star rating by de facto for the past 10 years. No wonder over 95% of our business insurance customers renew every year. With more than 295 agencies across the UK, we're closer to you, closer to your business, closer to what matters. For quality trades insurance to suit all sizes, search NFU Mutual.
Inflation in the UK, 6.7%. Inflation in Germany, 4.5%. Inflation in France...
Oh, any good news?
0.
Huh?
0% commission when buying stocks at XTB.
Nice. But how about ETFs?
0% commission when buying stocks and ETFs at XTB. And you can start investing from just £10.
Now that is good news.
Download the XTB app and get started with commission-free investing. For monthly turnover equivalent up to €100,000. T&Cs apply. The financial instruments we offer are risky. Invest responsibly.
Latte, please.
Complimentary syrup?
Oh, yes. Vanilla.
Free extra shots?
Why not?
Whipped cream, side croissant and a chocolate powder portrait of your cute poodle on the house?
Thanks.
Everyone loves an upgrade. And when you buy the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 now, you can claim Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, a clear gadget case, and a super fast charger on us. Together worth £273. We call it the ultimate upgrade. Buy before 31st of October from a participating retailer. Claim on website within 30 days of purchase. T's and C's apply.
Get set to put one in the back of the net when we play the All-Star Penalty Shootout on Talksport with Nissan Vans. Go head-to-head in a virtual football trivia shootout and you could win the ultimate fan prize package, including VIP tickets to watch Manchester City, accommodation, spending money and even a PlayStation 5. Result: register to play now at talksport.com/win. The All-Star Penalty Shootout on Talksport with Nissan Vans. Accelerate your business with Nissan's All-Star Van lineup.
And here they come. What a magnificent sight. Yes, it's live British horse racing on the radio, and Talksport 2 have got it covered. Tomorrow afternoon from 1, Talksport 2 will bring you full coverage and live race commentary of all the action, direct from Newmarket in Chepstow. Saddle up for live British horse racing on the radio. Download the Talksport app and swipe left, or ask your smart speaker to play Talksport 2 to follow all the action. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talksport 2.
It's a sizzling summer of international football.
What a hit!
The Euro 2024 qualifiers live on Talksport 2.
Those home supporters, I'm sure, will have been enjoying the festivities in the build-up to kick-off. It has been a sweltering day in Seville. Point will do for Scotland in terms of qualification for the Euros. Oh, here's Maratano, ball into the penalty area, and a gilt-edged opportunity for Ferran Torres inside 2 minutes. One-on-one with Angus Gunn, and he's rolled it past the post. Home side very much on the front foot early on here. Corner to be played in towards the near post. It's right across the face of goal and headed behind by Morata. Gavi though, right wing position into the penalty area, cuts it back for Oyefabo. Brilliant block, and then it's hammered against the post by Marino, and I'm not entirely sure how that stayed out.
Aaron Hickey, what a block that is.
Spain have dominated possession. They've created all of the goal-scoring opportunities, but crucially, Chris Uelemo, they haven't found a way past this Scottish back line. 0-0. Yes, Spain 0, Scotland 0. As you heard, they're at half-time, full second half commentary on the way shortly. The live football continues on the Talksport network this week, with it being the international break tomorrow evening. Live over on Talksport, we bring you live commentary from Wembley as England take on Australia in an international friendly. Ahead of the game, Talksport's England correspondent Faye Carruthers has been catching up with defender Mark Gahey.
Just want to talk about positions with you. There's a lot talked about in terms of left-sided centre-back, right-sided centre-back. What's the difference for you? Because you've played both for England. Have you got a preference? And what's it like when you have to swap between the two?
I used to have a preference. I'd say I preferred left, but I think in this day and age, I don't think you, as a player, I think you need to be adaptable. So I think right now I'm good either or. I think it's important to learn the other positions as well. So left back or right back, because you never know where you'll be, called. So I think it's really important just for me to be adaptable. Lots
always said as well about, left-footed players playing on the left-hand side. You're right-footed. Have you had to practice using your left more? I know that sounds like a ridiculous question, but is it something that you have to actively do when we're talking about this adaptability? Yeah, all the time. For people at home, when you get impressed, players know what foot you are, so they'll be constantly trying to show you on your weaker side or whatever side it is. And so I think for the professional footballer, it's important to, especially in my position, to have both feet available and good for you, and it helps the team in any situation that you find yourself in. Gareth Southgate's spoken in the past about the lack of central defenders, the depth in terms of within England. You've obviously come up through the ranks. There are other young players coming up as well, but there seems to be a lot of focus on versatility nowadays. We look at Levi Colwill playing at left back as well. Is that something that you feel you can add and would like to add to your game? And if so, what other position do you think you would feel comfortable in?
I think I'm comfortable wherever the manager tells me to play. I think it's important to, like you say, to know the roles and responsibilities of each and every position. It definitely helps you because of the versatility a player needs, and definitely helps. There could be a few injuries and you could be called to play in different positions that you're not used to, but it only helps yourself and aids the team.
What position do you reckon? What do you fancy?
Either or. Wherever the manager asks me to play, I'm there to play.
Okay, so go as far as wing back or more central midfield?
Wing back might be a bit too high for me. A bit too much running. But yeah, anywhere across the back four is good. Okay, brilliant.
Just one final question on the two games coming up. Potential to play at Wembley, obviously, always gets people excited, but an interesting friendly against Australia with a chance to experiment perhaps, but a huge game against Italy. How are you seeing these two matches playing out? Both tough tests. The game against Australia is I think the first one, so it's a friendly, no real friendlies is there, so definitely be a competitive game. They'll be up for it, we'll be up for it, so definitely an important game to prepare us for Italy, which is a qualifier, so both games will be interesting. Both games we're definitely looking to win. And you could potentially go and qualify for the Euros if you beat Italy. How huge is that, and how desperate are you to be part of that squad? I think it's definitely the goal at the moment. Make sure that we nail qualification for the next Euros. So everyone's ready, everyone's focused, because that's the one that we want to do well in.
That was England defender Mark Gahey looking ahead to the visit of Australia to Wembley tomorrow night for that international friendly. Live on Talksport, Adrian Durham in the chair, commentary from Jim Proudfoot and the former England defender Stuart Pearce. And we have even more live sport for you this weekend, as on Sunday afternoon, right here on Talksport 2, we'll be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the final NFL London game of the season.
Yes, folks, it's fair to say that NFL London is only just getting started.
Takes the snap out of the gun, throws it across to the right side of the field, and that is caught. Touchdown, Stephon Diggs. In towards the 20, in towards the 10, in towards the end zone. Touchdown, Travis Etienne. Good night, Buffalo. It was a pleasure to host you here in London, but it's the Jags who run this city.
He'll keep it, runs it to the 10, 5, touchdown! on Lamar. And the Ravens jump in front to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, the King. Touchdown, Titans.
I love it, love the atmosphere, love everything that's coming along with the people. Good games. I mean, it should be two outstanding football teams. Let's see what happens.
That sound, did you hear the noise for NFL London? And it is afternoons like this that we know why. What a game we have in store.
Yes, a brilliant afternoon in store. And this Sunday from 11 a.m, Darren Bent and Darren Ambrose will be on Talksport for a very special edition of the warm-up live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's ahead of the final NFL London game of the season as the Ravens face the Titans, a game you'll hear exclusively on Talksport 2. And the boys will be covering football from both sides of the pond with a plethora of big-name guests. That's the warm-up this Sunday from 11 on Talksport, followed by live coverage of Ravens versus Titans here on Talksport 2 from 1:30 p.m. On the subject of Titans, we are awaiting the return of the two teams. Spain against Scotland at the moment. Scotland have the point they need to qualify for Euro 2024. But Chris Iwelumo, former Scotland striker, alongside me, Alex Crook, it's going to be a tense second half in prospect.
No, definitely. You know what you're going to expect. You know, I think the players know that it's only half a job done at the minute. It's going to be you can see by the body language already. You know, they are tiring. They're obviously in that first 45, a lot of minutes going without them having the ball at the feet. It's all just making sure they're disciplined and organised defensively. But like you say, they have to create more. You know, but they don't have to. If a 0-0 draw is enough, but they have to defend for their lives. And what I'm saying is, Ryan Porteous has been outstanding. Jack Henry organising. Aaron Hickey out of this world. I mean, blocks. You know, following his man, taking responsibility. It has to be very much the same. And you also have to be very, very fortunate. Angus Gunn making a decision to come out whenever they've got in behind, force the error. And we've been very fortunate, but still working very, very hard and deserved.
And I guess the benches could be important as the game wears on as well, especially from a Scotland perspective. You talked about how hard they're having to work out of possession. They've made one enforced change already, of course. Andy Robertson hobbling off, replaced by Nathan Patterson, Stuart Armstrong, Billy Gilmore, Shay Adams, all warming up at half-time. When would you expect Steve Clarke to try and utilise that bench, bearing in mind it's a very warm night in Seville as well?
No, exactly. You know, I think the players will know. You know, they'll ask everyone how they're feeling. Everyone will want to be part of it. But you say time and time again that everyone has a part to play, and more often than not, the players that come on, it is very much like for like. You know, that there is quality and depth in this group of players. So again, it's going to be a very, very interesting one, but a night that everyone knows exactly what's at stake.
Well, there's a couple of changes afoot for Spain. Brian Zaragoza, who goes just by his Christian name, is coming on. So too is Fran Garcia. That's a change at left back for Alejandro Balde, who I actually felt had a pretty good first half, in fairness, raiding on this near side, but Garcia is on for him. So a double alteration for the Spaniards. Brian, the second player wearing the pink boots, to come on, and off goes Oyarzabal, who again I felt was quite effective in that first half.
Yeah, got himself into the right areas. You know, I think was a massive threat. Had the shot blocked from Aaron Hickey that was definitely going to be going on target. But when you've got the luxury of players sat on the bench, you have to throw everything at it.
Well, no change in personnel for Scotland for the start of this second half. It will be Spain in their red jerseys, dark blue shorts and socks, shooting from left to right, who get us back underway. Scotland all in white. I'm going to say attacking, and they didn't do much of that in the first half. The goal away to our left. Brian Zaragoza, by the way, is a wide player from Granada. He's coming on for his Spanish debut for the start of this second half. And he got a warm ovation, as you heard there, from the home supporters inside the stadium in Seville. So they've changed both players operating on their left-hand side. Fran Garcia also coming on, the Real Madrid player, for his first senior cap as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if Che Adams come on within the next probably 10-15 minutes, just for the fact Lyndon Dykes is on that yellow card. And like you say, we've not really used him as a target, as an aerial target to go and be aggressive and win those aerial duels. You know, and he's basically isolated up there, and Che Adams probably gives a little bit more movement, and again can hold the ball up a little bit better as well.
Scotland winning a free kick there. Ryan Christie 10 yards inside the Spain half, just took a whack in the back from Carvajal. Scotland's second half lineup as they finished the first: Gunn the goalkeeper, Porteous, Hendry and McKenna the back three, Patterson the right wing back, Hickey now the left wing back, Robertson having been forced off with an injury, the captain, McGregor and McTominay in midfield, McGinn and Christie looking to support Lyndon Dykes up front for Spain, Simon in goal, Carvajal, the Normand, Laporte and Garcia the back four, Gavi, Rodri and Marino across midfield, Torres and Bryan either side of Morata, as the free kick comes into the area, headed on by Porteous, but straight into the arms of Unai Simon. Does that count as a shot on target?
I think it was definitely on target, but it was more just putting it into an area from Ryan Porteous there. Got too much height on it, and I just feel, you know, try and direct it, put a little bit of pace on it, and Lyndon Dykes, go and challenge the goalkeeper, let him know that he's in a game there. I felt he was a little bit lenient and let Simon off with it there.
2.5 minutes gone in the second half, 0-0 in Seville. Norway a goal up at half-time against Cyprus. That game should finish a little bit ahead of us, having reached the half-time mark a good couple of minutes earlier. Here is Marino, midway inside the Scotland half. Carvajal out the right-hand side, and Ferran Torres, who apart from that early sitter that he missed, has been reasonably subdued actually. Torres.
Well, I think that's just down to the discipline of McGinn, McTominay and McGregor just sitting.
Here's Bryan though, waltzing beyond two Scottish players, shooting from the edge of the area, over the crossbar, but the footwork to evade the attentions first of Patterson and then from McTominay. Well, it was balletic almost from the half-time replacement.
Yeah, it was. He made it look easy, didn't he? Round Nathan Patterson, round the outside of McTominay. I think Angus Gunn's happy from shots from that distance, albeit he did strike it well, but never had the accuracy.
They have had 9 different scorers in qualifying, Spain. Bryan there looking to make himself the 10th for Scotland, launch it long upfield, and Aymeric Laporte heads it safely into the arms of Simon, winning his 36th cap tonight. And now Laporte picks up possession midway inside the Spain half, away to our left. 5 minutes gone already in the second half, 0-0 the score. A point will take Scotland through tonight. You feel there's going to be a fair bit more defending to do between now and full time for Steve Clarke's team. A team who've won 15 of their last 18 competitive matches. Scotland. Here's Bryan on the left-hand side, running at Patterson, and he was brought down by Patterson. I think the referee might have to go to his notebook again here.
It's poor officiating if he brings out a yellow card here. It's great play by Bryan, but Patterson runs him all the way and just gets his body in between. Now we're looking at it on the monitor. You talk to me and be honest here, Alex. There's nothing in it.
No, he's made the most of it, Bryan.
So talk to me then.
It was an outstretched left arm. I mean, there was a minor push. And it is a free kick. Patterson called over by the referee. Didn't see the yellow card go up. We'll get confirmation. 1-1 on bookings at the moment. It's a free kick for Spain over on the far side. Scotland need to stay focused here, need to stay switched on. Ball has been placed down 10 yards outside the penalty area, 2 yards in from the touchline. And Bryan is one of the players stood over the ball. And it is a yellow card for Nathan Patterson for that challenge.
So poor, isn't it? You know, and I think he knows he's in the game as well, because every time Bryan gets the ball, he's so direct.
Bryan looks to take the free kick. It's quite an intricate routine actually towards the far post, and coming in was Lenormand. Couldn't get on the end of it. Flag went up anyway, and the ball is behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, well, again, it's straight off the training ground, isn't it? That little feint. You know, I think Lenormand's still in an offside position. It's a great defensive line from Scotland, but I'm looking at McKenna clapping his defensive line, but also the linesman putting the flag up and seeing that. But it's an excellent free kick, isn't it? I'm sitting there thinking, what's he doing that for? But the defensive line of Scotland held tight fantastically well.
Spain 0, Scotland 0. We've played 52 minutes on Talksport 2. Norway have played 56 minutes over in Larnaca. They need Cyprus by a goal to 0. Spain will be aware of that. Morata, was he onside here? No. Flag goes up. Morata, 7 yards shy of the penalty area, is penalised, and he does spend a lot of time in offside positions, Alvaro Morata.
Yeah, but that's it. You know, he's staying away. He knows that Spain are dominant. They're going to be using the ball, and then all of a sudden he comes alive. In that moment, I don't think the ball should have came to him there. He doesn't expect the ball there because there's enough. So he is in offside position. But these are the big moments in games. This is when Steve Clarke has to make a decision. I know he's sitting saying, you know what, we're comfortable at the minute. We've got Patterson on a yellow card. We've got Lyndon Dykes on a yellow card. We've got like for like on the bench. Che Adams needs to be coming on. You know, this is because on it.
Here's Dykes for Scotland. Into McGinn, edge of the area, plays the ball into Christie. It was too heavy to pass, and Christie almost falls over as he tries to bring it under control. And that's really disappointing because they carved Spain open there, Scotland. He just smashes the pass, McGinn, against Christie, bounces off his thigh, and in the end, Spain will get the ball clear.
Well, it was also very, very fortunate there from Scotland. A little ricochet off the back of, I think, Rodri, I think it was, into the path of Lyndon Dykes. He passes it to McGinn. He took about 6 touches off his shin, his knee, his ankle, his heel, and then he's fired it into the midriff of basically just the thigh of Christie. You know, he had to put a little bit of pace on it to make sure it got there, but Christie, he broke his stride and he went to ground, and it's just those little moments, you know, that little final pass, the quality of it just has to be better from McGinn to Christie there, because in that position he will finish.
Here's Brian at the other end, crossing into the penalty area. Oof. The ball spooned behind by Porteous, with Morata waiting to pounce, and well, that clearance could have gone absolutely anywhere. In the end, Spain have a corner.
Yeah, well, we've seen the exact goal. What was it? Hibs against Hearts. Christian Doidge tries to clear it the exact same, goes into the opposite top right-hand corner. So, yeah, you just have to make a contact. Can go anywhere, like you said.
Corner to be played in from the left-hand side. Headed up, but not really away by Hendry, and then McTominay's been caught. He's down holding his face. It's going to be a free kick inside the Scottish penalty area. He looks a little bit groggy, Scott McTominay. Aymeric Laporte right at the heart of it again. It was Moreno actually who caught McTominay in the midriff, and I think he's made the most of it, the Manchester United midfielder.
Oh, it's a free kick, isn't it? He's in the air as well. If he's on the floor, I understand, but when he's jumped to head the ball, Marino's on a yellow card as well, but I think the referee has dealt with that one spot on. It's no more than just a free kick.
0-0 in Seville. That Scottish goal that led a bit of a charmed life in the first half will come under siege, you'd imagine, in the last 35 minutes of this one. Steve Clarke promised that his side wouldn't come here just to defend. They try and cause the Spanish defence problems. They've not really been able to do that up to this point. And Spain, who have the ball in their left-back position with the youngster Garcia. Out to this right-hand side in Carvajal. Rodri now in the centre circle. Knocks it forward for Laporte to run onto. Laporte quickly gobbles up the grass, and Morata now into the feet of Marino. Carvajal on the edge of the area. Crosses. Comes from Morata. Great feet from Morata, and he tries to steer the ball into the top corner, and it goes all the way across the face of goal and behind.
Well, it's a great touch from Morata. Knows exactly what he wants to do. Ryan Porteous is committed, and he's just a little fake. And it's one of them, you know what, it's an excellent bit of ability as well. He's just trying to steer it goalwards. Angus Gunn is rooted there. He's rooted. If he hits the target, he's trying to put it in that top right-hand corner. If it's on target, it's in the back of the net. It's not far away.
It's whistled past the frame of the goal.
But it's too easy. Ryan Porteous is committed. He's got 1 foot in the air. You make sure you're grounded. You're watching the ball rather than the body language there all the time. Too easy.
Spain 0, Scotland 0 on Talksport 2. Morata controlling the ball neatly just inside the Scotland half. He tried to play it down the right-hand side for Ferran Torres. Really good piece of defending by Aaron Hickey, who I think is a contender for Scotland's man of the match tonight, and he plays it back to the goalkeeper, Cam.
Yeah, he's been excellent. He's been excellent even there under pressure. 2 Spanish players around him. Just keeps possession of the ball. Has he got an option? He doesn't. Where does he go? Back to Angus Gunn. And then now Scotland have a little bit of breathing space. If I'm Jack Henry, I'm slowing it down. I'm going back to Angus Gunn again. You know, Spain at this minute aren't going and pressing with that intensity that they did in the first half, Alex.
Yeah, Scotland certainly look a lot more controlled than they did early in the first half. Spain with 2 big opportunities inside the first 5 minutes.
It's like the way he lays as well, the Olays.
Scotland fans certainly have contributed to what's been a really good atmosphere. Ball out to the right-hand side, and Torres trying to dribble his way into the penalty area, looking for Morata at the far post, and he just couldn't quite get there. Kept alive by Bryan, and then he's knocked it around Patterson, but straight out for a goal kick.
Well, what else does Morata want? You know, Torres, he doesn't even have to beat his man. It's an excellent ball between last defender and goalkeeper. Morata's alive to that on the front foot. If we can time it, I'm looking at the monitor now. Is he onside? You know, he's not even waiting. He's offside anyway, but he's not even waiting. You know, be aware. Know exactly where you are. Know your player. You know that Torres has got that ability to put that ball right in the danger area. And I just think if Morata's on the move a little bit more there, he's getting an opportunity.
Whatever will be, will be. We're going to Germany, sing the Scotland fans. Christie into the penalty area, tries to cut the cross back, it was blocked, and then Carvajal stoops and he'll clear the ball away. Well, he's under pressure from both Christie and Hickey. One back by Christie, goes down on the edge of the penalty area, and it's a free kick and a booking for Danny Carvajal.
Well, it's excellent play, isn't it, from Aaron Hickey and Ryan Christie there, putting Carvajal under so much pressure. He's not going to have that time. He tries to go back and do a little Cruyff turn. You know, Ryan Christie went straight in there in between, got away, he's running into the box, and I'm looking at it, I think it's unintentional, a little clip of the heel, but still, yellow card comes out.
4 bookings now. Said it would be feisty. 59 minutes gone. Spain 0, Scotland 0. And these are the opportunities that Steve Clarke would have been drilling into his players that they have to make the most of.
Exactly. You know, you look at the likes of McKenna, Ryan Porteous, Jack Henry, McTominay. You know, it's all about this ball coming in, beating that first man and just moving it, getting across the front of your man. Can you make contact with the ball?
They have got plenty of height in there as well. McTominay drills it in, and Scotland lead in Spain. Is that the goal that takes Steve Clarke's side to the European Championship? He's just headbutted the TV camera, McTominay, in celebration. There are a cluster of white shirts capped on the 6-yard line. It may well have gone straight in from Scott McTominay, and it's that man again.
That wasn't a cross. That was intentional. Alex Crook. I'll tell you, you can't even take that away from him. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Hit it as hard as you can. What a finish that is. Look at the height of the ball. Beat the first man. The form that he's in. The goal scoring form that he's in. What a goal that is.
Scott McTominay with his 7th goal in his last 6 matches from such an acute angle. He's curled it beautifully into the top corner. Cometh the hour, cometh the man again for Scotland, but there is a VAR check here. What will they be looking for? And are the Scottish celebrations to be cut short?
Well, there's got to be something, isn't there? There's got to be something if he's going to the screen. Is Simon? He doesn't really come out. You know, he's on his goal line. Is there pulling?
Well, he's come to the monitor.
He's offside.
And I wonder.
Oh no, his foot.
Is Jack Hendry in an offside position? His foot is beyond Morata.
Oh my goodness!
And he's in front of the goalkeeper. The decision that the Dutch referee has to make is, did he impede the keeper? I think he probably did.
And he's offside, and there is a little push on the goalkeeper as well. Oh my goodness.
I think this goal might well be chalked off. Everybody inside the stadium in Seville holds their breath. The referee has had a couple of looks at the monitor. What's he going to decide here? Television symbol is made. And the goal has been chalked off. Huge celebrations from the Spanish fans, and he's decided that Hendry fouled the goalkeeper, and I think he did just nudge Simon as the ball flew past him into the top corner.
Yeah, he did, and I think we pointed out as well there, I think the right foot of Henry is probably offside as well. But like you say, it's...
What a hit from the free kick.
Oh my goodness, it's one of them. It was a fantastic strike as well, and they've got to keep going now. They've got to be switched on. You can just imagine what Scott McTominay feels like as well. You know, you see John McGinn there on the monitor pointing to the head, telling him to stay switched on. It's a great effort, but you know what? There's still 30 minutes plus added time to go.
And maybe that might just give them the belief that this Spanish team are beatable in their own backyard. Here's Torres at the other end though. Scotland need to stay focused here. Need to get over the disappointment. Torres with a cross blocked behind by the excellent Hickey, and it's a corner for Spain.
Well,
Norway are 2 up, by the way, away from home in Cyprus.
Yeah, but it's all about just getting the job done here, Alex. I'm feeling sick. I'm genuinely feeling sick, so you can just imagine the players, how they feel, that elation that they would have felt when that went in, the celebration in itself.
Short corner routine. Brian with a cross, headed half away by McTominay, held back towards the 6-yard box. Morata was waiting. It goes past him and out for a Scotland goal kick. I think we are in for half an hour of high drama on Talksport 2.
Well, if anything, it could just give Spain that little kind of impetus to go on and do something magical. You know, that it's a massive let-off, isn't it? Just from that, a centimetre and that little bit of contact. It's not great, but it does stop the goalkeeper from coming out. What a strike it was, though, eh? Wow. The form that he's in, Alex.
Well, he scored those 2 goals, didn't he, to save Manchester United at the weekend. His goals, Scott McTominay, have been so crucial, not least in the game between these two at Hampden, to getting Scotland into this lofty position at the top of the group. Here's Carvajal, though. His cross is straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, Gunn.
Good hands. It's expected as well. You know, Carvajal taking the option to have the early cross. Angus Gunn staying down on the ground for about 20 seconds as well there.
64 minutes gone. Spain 0, Scotland 0. A point is all that Scotland need. Sounds so straightforward, doesn't it, when you say it like that? Spanish fans just getting a little bit agitated as they go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Simon. That will be music to the ears of Steve Clarke. Now Roderick, a couple of yards inside his own half, away to our left. Forward comes the Norman from the back, out to the right, and Carvajal into Gavi, so good with the ball at his feet. Torres back out to Gavi, all the way across the 6-yard line. Brian couldn't get on the end of it, but it's still alive. Fran Garcia, deep cross to the far post, over the head of Marino. Gavi will keep it in play down by the right corner flag. Here's Carvajal again, edge of the area. Gavi's got plenty of space to try and pick out the cross. Blocked by Hickey, not once but twice, then headed away by Lyndon Dykes back there doing his defensive work.
I think he's been excellent. Lyndon Dykes, you know, he's dropping in at the right moments, keeping the pitch big every chance that he gets. Ryan Christie switching and doing that role as well.
Marino with the ball out to the left-hand side. Brian with a cross over the head of everybody in red. And out for a goal kick. That will do for Scotland.
Organised defensive line is good. Stepping up every opportunity when it goes into wide areas. Men are taking responsibility in marking, but body positioning is right as well.
We've just seen another replay of the free kick. It was some strike from McTominay. And you're right, only one thing on his mind, that was to pick out the back of the net.
I do say if Henry isn't there, I do think Simon can punch it away, or he doesn't even try, because he is impeded. But it is a fantastic strike from McTominay.
Spain are about to bring on Jesus Navas, the former Manchester City player. Plays his club football now in Seville, 37 years of age. It'll be his 49th cap. Here's Brian over on the left-hand side. Deep cross towards Morata. He gets his head on the ball, but he's nodded it high over the crossbar, and I think that was a decent chance. Oh, Hendry is in the face of Morata. He's been pushed away by Gavi, and Morata not happy at all with Jack Hendry. I'm not too sure why he was getting involved there.
Well, you know what? Morata's actually got the contact on the ball. He's in between Jack Hendry and Scott McKenna there. But again, Jack Hendry, he stands over Morata. But there's a little push in the back. There's not a lot in it, but he's got every right to express if he thinks Morata's trying to kind of con the ref there.
Navas on for Spain, part of a double substitution. Mikel Merino, having been booked in the first half, is replaced, and Sanset is on as well for Carvajal, who's also of course picked up a yellow card. So this is just a case of protecting them from possible sendings off. But it is a change at right full back. Spain have a free kick 15 yards inside their own half of the field. 0-0 the score with 68 minutes played. Here's Sanset straight away coming forward. And there's some space inside the penalty area. Low crosses turn behind. Just switched off there for a second. They can't afford to do that, Scotland, as the two substitutes, Sanset and Navas, combine.
Yeah, well, Jack Henry there with a fantastic block, goes out for the corner, just sticking with the runner all the way. And like you say, the Sanset, I thought he had an opportunity just to take the shot on as well. It was at a nice height for him on the right foot.
Hendry touch tight to Morata again as the corner comes in to the near post, headed away by Lyndon Dykes once more inside the 6-yard box, but Spain still have it down their left. Sanset with a chance to cross right-footed towards Brian at the far post, and it was brilliant defending again there from Patterson this time, just to make sure, but he couldn't get on the end of it. Brian, it's behind for a Scotland goal kick, and we move into the final 21 minutes of the game. 0-0 here on Talksport 2.
Yeah, again, Nathan Patterson there in the right position. Can he affect it? Can he get around the offensive player, put him under pressure, force the mistake, or stop the contact? Yes, he can.
These seconds will be ticking by really slowly for the Scotland fans inside the ground, but at the moment they're doing a good job at limiting the clear opportunities that Spain are able to produce. Norway have got a third in Larnaca. Cyprus 0, Norway 3. Won't matter as long as Scotland can see out this point, the precious point they need to take them to Germany. Navas over the halfway line for Spain. Still a very calm and relaxed approach from the home team, even though they really need a goal, especially with Norway 3 up. They play Erling Haaland and company in Norway on Sunday. Spain 6 points behind Scotland at the top of the group at the start of play with a game in hand. Rodri, 2 yards inside Scottish territory. Morata drops deep and lays the ball off first time for the experienced Navas. Now Gavi. At the moment they're just moving the ball side to side, Spain. Scotland with everybody in white. Well Marshall behind the ball. 20 minutes remaining. Here's Navas on the near touchline, right in front of De La Fuente, the Spanish coach, wearing his dark blue suit and white trainers. Navas back towards the halfway line and Aymeric Laporte. Space on the left-hand side. In comes the cross. Good header away by Porteous. But they can't get out at the moment. Rodri into Morata. Rodri continued his run into the box. Porteous was there again to clear.
Yeah, but that's what it's got to be better, Alex. You know, that clearance. McTominay's Lyndon Dykes is working so hard, so he's dropped into that midfield.
Torres has put it through the legs of Hickey. Tries to cut it back to Rodri. Away by McTominay and out for a throw, and Torres slaps the grass in frustration. Did the first bit right, just couldn't quite pick out a teammate in red.
Well, Aaron Hickey had to think twice as well. Had a little tug of the Torres shot there, then let him go.
Here's Torres again. Brilliant ball into the area, but another really good header away by Patterson. Dykes couldn't bring it down on the chest. Here's Aymeric Laporte 10 yards outside the Scotland box. Out to Bryan, but the pass was overcooked and Scotland have a throw down by their own right corner flag, and a big cheer goes up from that travelling Tartan army.
Yeah, Laporte, you know, he'll be disappointed there trying to find Bryan, put too much on it. But Lyndon Dykes, as excellent as he's been, it's just decision making, and I know tired, but effort, the amount of distance, grass that he's covered tonight, but it's on to take it on the chest there and then just set it to the likes of McTominay or McGinn there.
Scotland have got Shea Adams and Jacob Brown warming up. Lyndon Dykes has had to get through it. Really tiring workload without actually seeing the ball in or around the Spanish penalty area.
After taking a yellow card as well, after the 20th minute as well, I think it was round about
18 minutes to play. Spain 0, Scotland 0.
I tell you, I keep looking at the clock and it was flying. It was at what, 6 to 8, and for the longest 4 minutes.
Long ball forward by Scotland. Christie tries to get on the end of it, but out comes Simon. Collapses on top of the ball. The yellow shirted Spanish goalkeeper bowls it out quickly to Rodri. The flower of Scotland ringing around this vast bowl of a stadium. Those 4,000 Scotland fans singing themselves hoarse tonight. And Spain in possession on the halfway line. Rodri lays it off to Ferran Torres. Torres shifts it forward to the overlapping Navas. Navas toying with McGregor. Gets his cross in and is headed in by Morata. Heartbreak for Scotland. Alvaro Morata with 17 minutes to play. Not Spain in front. And if Scotland are to qualify tonight, they're going to have to come from behind to do it. Spain 1, Scotland 0.
That's absolutely devastating, isn't it? You're looking at Morata and he's always playing on the shoulder. You're sitting hoping VAR looks at it. You know, it's a great ball in from Navas. You know, Morata's always playing on the shoulder. It's a great connection. Got there first. It heads it into the bottom left-hand corner. But you ask the question, he's always in that area in between, not allowing himself to be marked. He's came a long way as well, hasn't he? Yeah, he's definitely
onside. Wow. It's a brilliant header. A diving header beyond the despairing gun, right into the far corner. And Scotland, who thought they'd scored at one end through McTominay, only for VAR to intervene, finally have been beaten at the other. Alvaro Morata scores his 34th Spanish goal.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised now. Scotland have to go for it. You know, I think who cares if they lose 2-0 or 3-0? They can go for it knowing that they've got a safety net. That obviously Norway, Spain have to go and play Norway in the next game. So for me, it's like bring Che Adams on, up with Lyndon Dykes or even Jacob Brown and Che Adams. Go to 2, start going a little bit more direct, try and get into attacking thirds, force free kicks, force corners, and you just never know. But they have to try and throw everything at this game to get that equaliser.
So Spain lead, 15 minutes to play. What have Scotland got left in terms of energy, both mentally and physically, to get back on level terms? Spain, remember, looking for a 25th successive home victory in European Championship qualifying. That is an outstanding record. Christie has been caught in an aerial challenge, and it will be a free kick for Scotland up inside Spanish territory. Laporte, the offender, he shakes his head as he makes his way back, the former Manchester City man.
Well, it's a yellow card. I don't understand what's going on there. Laporte has no intention of playing the ball. Ryan Christie's just watching it in there, and Laporte puts the shoulder right in the centre of the back of Ryan Christie. You know, the referee sees it, calls a free kick straight away, but the yellow card has to come out there.
It's a free kick in a dangerous area though. McTominay with the opportunity to hoist this into the area. In fact, he's ran over the ball. McGregor fires it in, nodded down inside that Spanish box and then cleared up in the air by Gavi. Now Angus Gunn, the goalkeeper, powerless to keep out that header from Morata. Launches it long upfield. And whatever happens, Chris, given that formidable record that Spain have, I think Scotland have proved again tonight that they do have the ability to mix it with the very best.
Well, definitely, it's small margins though. It's small margins, isn't it? You know, I think they've done ever so well. They're still very much in this game. I expect there to be one big chance in Scotland's favour because they have to take necessary risks now. You know, like you say, I don't mind if they lose 2-0 because they're going out and trying and get a point in this game. But like you said, little moments, they have to just be better. That final little bit of quality. Defensively, you know, Navas took the cross very, very early. But who's taking responsibility on Morata? He was in a lot of space. He covered a lot of distance to get on the end of the cross.
13 minutes to play plus stoppage time. Here's Brian Zaragoza over on the left-hand side. He has made a real impact since coming on. He's given Nathan Patterson a difficult second half, Brian.
Yeah, I think he's very, very raw. You know, I think you're looking at, he's got all the potential. You know, I think the ball, he's not really in control of the ball, but he's very direct, and that does cause in itself problems.
I think Jesus Navas, the veteran, has made an impact as well.
Massively. Just, you know, he's staying in that offensive area, you know, always wanting the ball, but he's got end product. The cross was outstanding.
Now it's the Spanish fans with the Olays. Two changes ready. Two Southampton players, Adams and Stuart Armstrong, will be coming on. Fresh energy, fresh endeavour as Scotland try and get the point they need for qualification. Here's Brian again down the left-hand side, perfectly timed sliding challenge from Hendry to concede a Spanish throw.
Well, that's it. You know, I think Brian just rolled his man, got away from Porteous far too easy. He knew straight away with the bounce of the ball that Porteous, Jack Henry, you see the danger, you go help your partner out, and fantastic timely challenge from Jack Henry there.
Shay Adams coming on with a straight swap for Lyndon Dykes. So a new man to lead the line for Scotland for the final 11 minutes plus stoppage time. And Stuart Armstrong, the self-proclaimed old man of this Scotland squad, is on for Ryan Christie.
Yeah, again, fresh legs, they know the position. You know, I think Stuart Armstrong, a player that can go on the ball, they can drive with it. You know, he scored some goals, good goals as well for Southampton. That free kick was excellent against Stoke. But again, Che Adams, you know what you're going to get.
Oh, long punt upfield by Scotland, and the goalkeeper Seaman had a great starting position, gets there ahead of McTominay, and then coolest man in the stadium passes it out that left-hand side, and Garcia. Here's Navas for Spain, a second for the home side, and Scotland know they definitely won't be qualifying tonight. Ferran Torres on this near side, midway inside the Scottish half of the field in Seville. Now Laporte. He calmly rolls the ball down that left touchline for Fran Garcia. Delivery is over the head of Morata. And then Hickey out-muscling Ferran Torres and finding Stuart Armstrong. Gets the ball back. Hickey on this left-hand side. Tried to come infield. He's been stopped in his tracks by Rodri. And then Rodri penalised for a foul and maybe just left a little bit in on Hickey as well. Rodri trying to serve up some revenge for that defeat at Hampden Park, maybe.
Yeah, well, Hickey keeps it alive. I think the ball's there to be won. Rodri, I think it's Armstrong that probably causes Hickey more damage to the calf. But I think fortunate Scotland to get the free kick there. But we've shown time and time again, especially in this campaign as well, that we go to the last minute. The important goals that we've scored. So this group of players, you know, there will be a belief there that they can get that one opportunity. Come on then.
Free kick play forward. Oh, Hickey. He's got acres of space on the edge of the area. Aaron Hickey into the box. Right-footed shot. Stab goalwards by Che Adams. Didn't get enough contact on the ball. And it's straight into the arms of Simon. That was a chance.
Big opportunity. John McGinn finding Aaron Hickey on that left flank. Great close control. A little bit fortunate as well. But when he finds Che Adams, he's just tried to lift it over Simon. All the pace is on the shot from Hickey. And just, you know what? It's got to be in the back of the net. He's onside. I think he's just got to put the foot through it. He's only he's in the 6-yard box. Central to goal there. Che Adams, but again, it's just reacting to the Hickey shot. Come on then.
Here's Adams again. 10 yards outside the area. Strong play to win it back for Scotland. Cross towards the far post. Headed behind by Gavi. McGinn with a delivery. And Scotland, in the 82nd minute, have their first corner.
Well, Che Adams, close control there. You know, I thought he was going to just pull the trigger and let a shot go, but John McGinn's communicating, gets round the outside. Great way to pass. Like you say, Spain do their job, they stop the cross coming in.
They're still fighting here, Scotland, for that point they need to secure qualification. McGinn with a corner, punched away by Simon. Under pressure from Hendry at the near post. Still, Scotland will come forward. McGinn looking for the underlapping run of Patterson. His cross blocked out of play by Rodri for a throw. 1-0 Spain, but Scotland still very much in this one.
Yeah, quality from Nathan Patterson there. Good energy down the right-hand side. You know, asking that question in behind, and then obviously the block. You know, they're throwing everything at it, but Spain also, it's important to win for them as well, so they have to defend. I think they've done it very well. They've stopped those crosses coming in.
Porteous with a throw in front of those Scottish Saltires behind the goal. Can it be flicked on? Yes, it can, and it's lifted over the bar by Armstrong. 6 yards out. It must have taken a deflection. Otherwise, it was a terrible miss from Armstrong, but corner is the decision. And actually Rodri diverted it behind.
Great play from Rodri. I think Stuart Armstrong's just took it on the midriff and then going to volley it in.
Porteous with the ball into the area. Seaman under pressure at the near post again, and then headed behind by Porteous. He's frustrated with himself. The referee is going to show a yellow card here to Jack Hendry, I think.
He's got every right to ask. Wait until you see this in the monitor. Simon just comes through, gets nowhere near the ball, and comes through the back of Jack Henry. I just don't understand how. What does he want? What does the referee want? The player not to say, well, wait a minute, I'm all right, I'm happy with that.
Alvaro Morata, having scored his goal, is passing the captain's armband on to Rodri, and he will be replaced by Hosselu, who Stoke City fans may remember rather unfondly. Very late onto the international stage, Hosselu, but he has scored 4 goals in his first 6 international appearances. He's now at Real Madrid.
He's been involved in 9 goal involvements for Real Madrid this season as well, so he's ticking all the boxes.
Didn't tick too many during his time in the Premier League, it should be said. 6 minutes to go. As long as it stays 1-0, they're still in there, Scotland, but maybe an opportunity straight away for Hosselu. Torres with a cross into the area. Gunn was hesitant. Hosselu rounded the goalkeeper, and it's cleared pretty much from off the goal line in the end. Well, from Porteous.
You know, it's shocking defending from Ryan Porteous here. You've got to take responsibility. The weight of the pass, Angus Gunn is not going to get there, but you've got an attacker that you've got to take responsibility for. Ryan Porteous can just come, get hold of that ball, clear it, but even just take it with outside of his right or even with his left and be in possession of the ball there. Not good enough there from Porteous.
Norway find themselves 4 up now in Cyprus, but as we said, that's not a major surprise, is it? Spain 1, Scotland 0 means that Scotland can't qualify tonight, that result in Larnaca, unless they can find an equaliser in the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Here's Rodri, well inside his own half for Spain. Don't need to force the issue now, the home team. Navas rolling the ball down the line, looking for Torres, who'd actually come infield. Oh, and then a slip in the right back position by Hickey. This could be 2-0. It is 2-0. It's an own goal from Porteous, and that will end Scottish hopes of sealing qualification this evening. A nightmare moment for Aaron Hickey, who just slipped under no real pressure down by the corner flag. As the cross came in, Porteous desperately tried to divert it away from goal, has turned it beyond Angus Gunn, and with 4 minutes to go, it's Spain 2, Scotland 0.
Yeah, the best Scottish player on the pitch tonight, Aaron Hickey. You know, just caught in two minds and then loses his foot in there. There's no... I can't have a go at Ryan Porteous at all. He just has to make some sort of contact. He goes 100%, and like you say, I can't say anything. Aaron Hickey, he just loses his footing. You know, I think he's that comfortable that he gets his head up thinking, have I got options? And just takes his eye off the ball, and his footing goes from him there. And Scotland are punished there. You know, it's so disappointing because you're not getting 2 goals. You know, you need that one opportunity. So it's down to Spain trying to do us a favour now by beating Norway on Sunday. Or
Scotland will have to beat Norway on November the 16th, or at least get a point in that game. Georgia rather on November the 16th, or Norway 3 days later. A demoralising end to the evening. An evening with so many positives for Steve Clarke, but ultimately that unfortunate slip from Aaron Hickey has snatched away any opportunity they had of claiming the draw. Billy Gilmore has come on for Scotland in place of Callum McGregor for the last couple of minutes. And those travelling Scottish fans, and Chris Iwelumo to my left, just a little bit deflated right at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's a sore one to take. You know, I think it just shows you the small margins. You know, the Scott McTominay goal disallowed, it is offside. You know, Jack Henry just has that little movement. Also, he impedes Simon coming out, but then Navas coming on, just making an impact straight away. Excellent cross. Morata, you called it. He finds himself in those positions, playing in between, not allowing himself to be marked. And then he has so much time and space, but he breaks his neck to get something on the end of it, and it's an excellent header, in fairness. And then just the best man in a Scotland shirt tonight, Aaron Hickey, just makes a mistake, and you know that at this level you're punished.
Well, UEFA have actually awarded the goal to Sanset. I'm not sure about that one.
I think it did come off the Spanish player, but like you say, I think Ryan Porteous just tried to get the block. He's put it onto Sanset, and then I think it has went into the back of the net. He never really knew much about it, but I think it was the last contact.
Either way, Spain lead by 2 goals to 0. And the home fans in fine voice now. Ryan Zaragoza with a little flick forward, but watched behind by Patterson. Scotland will have a goal kick as we move into the last minute of the 90. Here is Brian again into the penalty area. Powerful burst of speed, tries to cut it back for Hosselu. Well defended by Hendry inside the 6-yard box and cleared upfield to McTominay. McTominay away from Rodri, and then he's been absolutely clattered by Aymeric Laporte, and finally I think Laporte is going to have his name taken by the referee. That has been coming.
Yeah, it has. Very, very lucky man, Laporte. You know, he doesn't mind leaving it in. You know, I think McTominay had no chance. It's not even a genuine attempt for the ball there from Laporte, but the referee finally brings out the yellow card.
And Laporte looks absolutely seething with the decision, even though he can have little cause for complaint. 5 added minutes, 5 minutes for Scotland to score the 2 goals to take them to the Euros tonight.
Yeah, wishful thinking. Just put it in the danger area, just getting a goal.
Deep free kick into the area from the halfway line. Nodded down inside that box, and in comes Shay Adams, and the Scotland players screaming for a penalty, surrounding the Dutch referee, and he says goal kick.
Well, I thought it was. You know, I don't know if the VAR have a look at that. Surely they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm looking, it's a great header in, Kenny McLean. I tell you what, it's Laporte again, yeah.
Well, we're going to get a better angle now on this replay. Brilliant header from the substitute McLean. Was there enough contact between Laporte and Adams?
Well, I've got to say, Nathan Parson got a yellow card for the arm on Brian.
The check is over. No penalty. And no need for the referee, according to the VAR, to come over to the monitor, as he did so painfully for Scotland when McTominay's brilliant free kick into the far corner was ruled out for a foul on the goalkeeper.
Excellent header there from Kenny McLean. You know, I think Adams, you know, he is in front, it is the ball side, he has to get some sort of contact, no matter the contact from Laporte or not.
More relays from the Spanish supporters. We've played 2 of the 5 added minutes on Talksport 2. It's Spain 2, Scotland 0. Norway comfortable winners in Cyprus, so Scotland won't be qualifying tonight. They will get there if Spain deny Norway victory when those two meet on Sunday afternoon. The Sunday session with Sam Matterface and Perry Groves will keep you bang up to date, I'm sure. We've got EFL commentary this weekend on Talksport 2, including Salford against Wrexham from League 2. 2 of the most talked about clubs in that division in recent years. On the balance of play, Chris, Spain deserve their victory?
Oh, definitely. You know you're going to have to be very, very fortunate. Have a little bit of luck on your side. You knew that Spain were going to dominate possession of the ball, but like you say, Scotland have gave a fantastic account for themselves, you know, got the ball in the back of the net, just that marginal offside from Jack Henry as well, but defensively I thought they've been excellent, albeit 2-0 down, get punished for it, the slip from Aaron Hickey, and then just switching off and allowing Morata to get away and find that space from the Navas cross. It's an excellent header from Morata, but again, has to be stopped. That cross, too many crosses coming in this evening.
Couple of minutes of stoppage time to play. Scotland, I think, will take plenty of pride from this performance. Let's hope the pride doesn't come before a fall. Plenty of opportunities still for Scotland to qualify from this group, despite the fact their 100% record is coming to an end. Jesus Navas, who's been superb for Spain, is coming off the bench midway through the second half. And you have to say those changes that Luis de la Fuente has made have had a significant bearing on the outcome.
Yeah, well, that's why the managers, you know, they make very important decisions. Can they bring on players that are going to affect the match? They had to take the necessary risk, and they've done that. You've said about the experience of Navas coming on, end product, good ball into the box, and then Torres just forcing the error. You know, like putting Aaron Hickey under pressure, takes his eye off the ball, loses his footing, but they capitalise off the back of it.
We're into the last of the 5 added minutes. Spain content just to keep possession inside their own half. In the end, they go forward for Sanset, and now Fran Garcia down that left-hand side, Hoslu in the centre. Good defending by Hickey coming across and clearing the ball away before it could reach the Real Madrid man. Gilmour back to Gunn, who plays the ball left-footed out from the 6-yard box. One back by Navas. Here's Rodri, the Spain captain. Sanset midway inside the Scotland half, but they're not in any real hurry, Spain, to get the ball forward. And the referee has had one look at his watch, and just seconds remaining now. Rodri with one last burst into the area, shoots left-footed straight into the arms of Gunn at the near post, and I don't think there'll be time to get it restarted. There won't. Well, Scotland came to Seville probably more in hope than expectation of securing the point they needed to guarantee a place at the Euros. It looked as if they might do even better than that when Scott McTominay rifled in a free kick from the acutest of angles early in the second half, only for VAR to have spotted that Jack Hendry had fouled the goalkeeper seam on. The goal was chalked off, and minutes later Alvaro Morata with a diving header, breaking Scottish hearts, breaking the deadlock before Ryan Porteous steered the ball towards his own net. The last touch may well have been off Sunset. Either way, that strike 3 minutes from time ended Scotland's hopes of a fight back. They will rely on Spain to deny Norway victory at the weekend, or they will have to take a point from one of their final 2 group games to qualify. The wait goes on, Chrissy Wellermoon.
Yeah, I think they've been excellent. Disappointing, yeah, it's not nice that perfect record is gone now. But again, it's another big game. Steve Clarke says about he wants that higher level of competition. France is up next. The players they've been really put the effort in tonight. Get the recovery, look forward to the game, and like you say, hopefully Sunday will bring that right to go out and celebrate.
Scottish fans who travel to Seville in their droves will have to be a little bit more patient to book their tickets for Germany, but surely it is only a matter of time. Plenty of pride in this particular fall for Scotland. No disgrace as Spain make it 25 successive home wins in European Championship qualifiers. It finishes here, Spain 2, Scotland 0. Don't forget the Sports Bar over on Talksport with Jason Cundy and Dean Saunders. We'll be taking your calls from 10 o'clock tonight. And coming up next, here on Talksport 2, we have live PGA Tour Golf with coverage from the Shriners Children's Open, hosted by Russ Hargreaves.